This is Amrita Madhavi Devidasi from Bengaluru, India. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to Sri Guru and Gauranga.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dharma Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada Guru Maharaj. Thank you for joining the call. Let me start the recording. And Hare Krishna, dear devotees, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada Guru Maharaj. I welcome you all to the Srimad Bhagavatam call, and I welcome Her Grace Amrita Madhavi Mataji. Mataji is going to enlighten us from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 7, Chapter 4, verse number 31 onwards. Hare Krishna Mataji, you may take over the call when you're ready.
Thank you so much, Prabhu. Yes, so we like to inform our Facebook viewers that this is not the regular Facebook class. This is the class done exclusively for early morning devotees of US batch. So I thought of parallelly sharing the information with Facebook. That is why I have added you on Facebook, my dear friends. So we are going to start our Zoom class for US devotees. At the end, there will be question and answers. And US devotees will be asking their questions. If you have your questions, you too can ask, and we will take all the questions and answers at the end. That is at 5:50 p.m. 4:50 to 5:50 p.m. will be the class on Canto 7, Srimad Bhagavatam, Chapter 4, verse number 31 and 32 onwards. So, Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschati Deshatarani Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Mukam karoti vachalam pangum langayate girim Yatkripatamaham Vande Shri Gurum Dinatarinam Paramananda Madhavam Shri Chaitanya Ishwaram Hari Om Tat Sat. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudirayet Nashta Prayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavatyuttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiku. So, Canto 7, text chapter 4, text 31 and 32, Srimad Bhagavatam. Brahmanya Shila Sampanna Satya Sandojitendriyaha Atmavat Sarva Bhutanam Eka Priya Suhrittamaha Dasavat Sanna Sannatar Yangrihi Pitrivat Dinavat Salaha Bhatravat Sadrishe Snigdho Guru Shvishwara Bhavanaha Vidyartharupa Janmadhyo Manastamba Vivarjitaha. Canto 7, Chapter 4, text 31 and 32, translation by Srila Prabhupada. The qualities of Maharaja Prahlada, the son of Hiranyakashipu, are described herewith. He was completely cultured as a qualified Brahmana, having very good character and being determined to understand the absolute truth. He had full control of his senses and mind. Just like the super soul, he was kind to every living entity and was the best friend of everyone. To respectable persons, he acted exactly like a menial servant. To the poor, he was like a father. To his equals, he was attached like a sympathetic. To his equals, he was attached like a sympathetic brother, and he considered his teachers, spiritual masters, and older god brothers to be as good as Supreme Personality of Godhead. He was completely free from unnatural pride that might have arisen from his good education, riches, beauty, aristocracy, and so on. Canto 7, Chapter 4, text 31 and 32, purport by Srila Prabhupada. Jai Srila Prabhupada. These are some of the qualifications of a Vaishnava. A Vaishnava is automatically a Brahmana because a Vaishnava has all the good qualities of a Brahmana. Shamo damas tapas shaucham shantir arjavameva cha jnanam vijnanam astikyam brahma karma subhavajam. Peacefulness, self-control, austerity, purity, tolerance, honesty, wisdom, knowledge, and religiousness. These are the qualities by which the Brahmanas work. These qualities are manifest in the body of a Vaishnava. Therefore, a perfect Vaishnava is also a perfect Brahmana, as indicated here by the words Brahmanya Shila Sampanna. A Vaishnava is always determined to understand the absolute truth. And to understand the absolute truth, one needs to have full control over his senses and mind. Prahlad Maharaj possessed all these qualities. A Vaishnava is always a well wisher to everyone. Six Goswamis, for example, are described in this way. Dhira Dhira Jana Priya. They were popular with both the gentle and ruffians. A Vaishnava must be equal to everyone, regardless of one's position. Atmavat. A Vaishnava should be like Paramatma. Ishvara Sarvabhutanam Hrideshe Arjuna Tishtati. Paramatma does not hate anyone. Indeed, he is in the heart of a Brahmana, but he is also even in the heart of a pig. As the moon never refuses to distribute its pleasing rays, even to the home of a Chandala, Vaishnava never refuses to act for everyone's welfare. Therefore, a Vaishnava is always obedient to the spiritual master, Arya. The word Arya refers to one who is advanced in knowledge. One who is deficient in knowledge cannot be called Arya. At the present, however, the word Arya is used to refer those who are godless. This is the unfortunate situation in Kali Yuga. The word Guru refers to the spiritual master who initiates his disciple into advancement in science of Krishna or Krishna consciousness, as stated by Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakura. Sri Bhagavan Mantropade Shake Gurau iti Artaha. So here in this purport, what we are seeing is the qualities of a Vaishnava or the greatness of a Vaishnava. A Vaishnava and a Brahmana, if we compare, who is great? A Vaishnava is great or Brahmana is great? The answer is in this purport that all the qualities that a Brahmana has, a Vaishnava has. But a Vaishnava has even more qualities than the Brahmana, more good qualities than the Brahmana. All the good qualities that a Brahmana has, a Vaishnava has, plus he has more good qualities. Therefore, Vaishnava being only surrendered to Krishna. A Brahmana worships all devatas, but Vaishnava is only surrendered to Krishna. And Bhagavad Gita confirms that whoever surrenders to me, to the extent one surrenders, I give him complete protection. To the extent. Vaishnava is 100% surrendered, so Krishna gives him 100% protection. So when you see a Vaishnava and a Brahmana, Brahmana is worshipping all devatas almost equally or equally. He worships Vishnu, he worships everyone else. So, but Vaishnava is not like that. He is surrendered to Vishnu and he respects all the Brahmanas. He respects all the Brahmanas. Forget about he respects all the Devatas. Forget about respecting the Devatas. He respects even the ruffians. That's what this purport says. Actually, Vaishnava is a well-wisher to everyone. The six Goswamis, for example, are described in this way. Six Goswamis of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's time, those Vaishnavas, those Goswamis, were explained in this way. How? Dhira Dhira Jana Priya. What is this? Dhira Dhira Jana Priya? Means they were popular with both the gentle and the ruffians. Vaishnava means like that. He is loved, adored, and respected by the gentle people and also by those who are ruffians, who are not gentle, who may be, on the other extreme. But everyone respects a Vaishnava because Vaishnava sees everyone equally. He sees everyone in connection to Krishna. He be a ruffian or a gentle person. He makes no difference. He is kind and respectful with everyone. And this is one of the things that means purport highlights that he does not hate anybody, just like Paramatma does not hate a ruffian or a gentle person. Paramatma is neutral to all and he is loving with all. Same way a Vaishnava is loving with all. Like Paramatma stays even in the heart of a pig, a Vaishnava is equal to even animals and insects. He is very, very considerate. So, and a Vaishnava is also obedient to his spiritual master. See, unless we obey our spiritual master, we cannot go back to Godhead because only if spiritual master is pleased, Krishna is pleased. So, the target, the goal of the heart of a Vaishnava is that how I can live to fulfill the desires and instructions of my spiritual master, how I can dedicate my life to fulfill the instructions of my spiritual master. See, there is one thing you should know that some people, for them, Guru and Krishna are very important. Some people. Now, Brahmanas could be like that. And for some people, Guru and Krishna are the most important. A beginner Vaishnava will be like that in the initial stages. We call Kanishta Adhikari is most important. But as you advance, the Vaishnava realizes that for him, Guru and Krishna are the only important things in his life. Guru and Krishna, the instructions. Following the instruction of Guru becomes the only important thing in the advanced devotee's life. It is very, very important. So a Vaishnava is coming to that level. Therefore, he is always obedient to his spiritual master. Now, then Prabhupada is also talking about the spiritual master who initiates the disciple into advancement of Krishna consciousness. So why like that? Because if we will dedicate our heart to fulfill the instruction of our spiritual master, then we are sure to progress in Krishna consciousness. So it becomes the most important thing for us to fulfill the instructions of our spiritual master. Also, Prabhupada says, proves with the word Brahmanya Shila Sampanna for our Prahlad Maharaj. Why Brahmanya Shila Sampanna? Means that all the qualities that a Brahmana will possess, a Vaishnava will obviously possess. That's what the shloka is saying. And so Prahlad Maharaj possessed all these good qualities. Which were the good qualities that little Prahlad, 5-year-old Prahlad, which were the good qualities he possessed? Even before 5, he possessed. He was a completely cultured Brahmana, means he had all the good qualities of a Brahmana. What are the good qualities of a Brahmana? The Brahmana's qualities. I'm not talking about the Vaishnava qualities. Vaishnava has all these plus more. So what were the qualities that Brahmanas have? Peacefulness, Shanta, and self-control, austerity, purity, tolerance, honesty, wisdom, knowledge, and religiousness. These are the qualities by which Brahmanas work. So these are the Brahmanas' qualities, and this Prahlad Maharaj had all of this, plus more. So this Prahlad Maharaj, he had full control on his senses and mind, because unless we have full control on senses and mind, Prabhupada says, we cannot attain self-realization. So that is very important, so here it is that Vaishnava is automatically a Brahmana because Vaishnava has all the good qualities of a Brahmana. No, a Vaishnava is always determined to understand the absolute truth. And to understand the absolute truth, one needs to have full control over his senses and mind. And Prahlad Maharaj was like this. So he had full control on his senses and mind, and he was respectable to respectable persons. He acted like menial servant, menial servant, and to the poor he was like father. He was into giving to the poor. He was very loving with the poor. How much loving? Like a father to his son. He was so loving like a father with the poor people. And to his equals, he was attached like a sympathetic brother with his equals, who were other Asura's sons. He was like a very, very loving brother. And he considered his teachers, the Asura teachers, and whichever, or Narad Muni and spiritual masters and older god brothers, to be as good as Supreme Personality of Godhead. So, so he respected. In other words, whether if it was his father or his father sent his teachers in the Gurukula, he was very respectful. But to Narada Muni, of course, the respect was much higher. He had so much devotion in his heart. So now we go to Canto 7, Chapter 4, Text 33. No dvigna chitto vyasaneshu nispraha shruteshu drishteshu guneshva vastu dhrut दान्तेन्द्रिय प्राण शरीरधि सदा प्रशांत कामो rahita surosura. So, Canto 7, Chapter 4, Text 33, translation by Srila Prabhupada. Jai Srila Prabhupada. Although Prahlad Maharaj was born in a family of Asuras, he himself was not an Asura, but a great devotee of Lord Vishnu. Unlike the other Asuras, he was never envious of Vaishnavas. He was not agitated when put into danger. He was neither directly nor indirectly interested in the fruitive activities described in the Vedas. Indeed, he considered everything material to be useless, and therefore he was completely devoid of material desires. He always controlled his senses and life air, and being of steady intelligence and determination, he subdued all lusty desires. It's a story of little 5-year-old boy, purport by Srila Prabhupada. Jai Srila Prabhupada. From this verse, we discover that a man is not qualified or disqualified simply by birth. Prahlad Maharaj was an Asura by birth, yet he possessed all the qualities of a perfect Brahmana. Brahmanya Shila Sampanna. Anyone can become a fully qualified Brahmana under the direction of a spiritual master. Prahlad Maharaj provided a vivid example of how to think of the spiritual master and accept his directions calmly. So here Prabhupada is making it clear that we don't get our qualifications by birth based on our caste. It is not that if we are born in a Brahmana caste, then we can learn Bhagavatam. If we are born in a Shudra caste, then we are not fit for learning Bhagavatam. No, he was born in the Asura clan or whatever. And Asura means quite low. Asura means those who are atheistic actually. But this one, though he is born in the atheistic dynasty, he was a devotee. He was a Vaishnava. So Vaishnava, one can become even if he is an Asura or a dog or an insect or a human, anybody who gets the mercy of Nityananda Prabhu can become a Vaishnava. So, who gets the mercy of Lord Gauranga can become a Vaishnava. Gauranga Mahaprabhu went to the forest and made even tigers and lions dance in ecstasy when he sang Hare Krishna Kirtan. So, a Vaishnava's mercy, if received by Gauranga Mahaprabhu's mercy, is received by anybody, they can become a devotee. And so, here it's very clearly told that though he was an Asura, he had all the qualities of a Brahmana. So, Brahmana qualities don't come because you are born in a Brahmana family. Brahmana qualities can come even if you are in a demon family, if he is accepted by the spiritual master and he accepts the directions of the spiritual master calmly. If a guru accepts such a disciple and disciple accepts the guru's instructions completely, takes it to the heart and leaves the instruction of a spiritual master, anybody born in a Shudra or less than a Shudra can become a top class Vaishnava who has all the qualities of a Brahmana and even beyond. Means he can become better than a Brahmana if he is fortunate to have a Vaishnava guru who gives him the right guidance. And if the disciple takes all the guidance and puts it into his heart and lives every instruction through his every breath, then he will become a top class, more better than any other Brahmana. He'll become a Vaishnava. That is what is told in this purport. So to become a Vaishnava, only one qualification, we should be completely obedient to the instructions of a guru, of spiritual master, of a bona fide Vaishnava guru. We need a Vaishnava guru, not that guru says, I am God, you are God, we are all God. So we're not going to get the devotee qualities if we go to them, but you have to go to a guru who says, I am not God, I am the dog of God, I am the servant of God. And I have been instructed by my guru to do so and so duties. So I instruct to so and so duties to please Guru Parampara and thereby Krishna. If there's a guru that who speaks like that, and if we accept such a guru, then automatically we get all the Vaishnava qualities, no matter we are born in which caste. We may be born to a totally, a criminal who is born in a Shudra family. A criminal's son or a criminal's daughter can be a top class saintly Vaishnava, or a saintly Brahmana's son can be a top class criminal if he is not following any instruction of Shastras and going against the Shastras. Then anybody can be a criminal, but just like anybody, even a Brahmana's son can be a criminal. A Vaishnava's son can be a criminal. Same way, a criminal son can be a Vaishnava. It's all in how we choose to use our every moment of life. If we choose to accept and surrender to a spiritual master who is a Vaishnava guru, who is in parampara, we accept such a guru, we surrender to him, and we follow the instructions from our heart and soul every moment of our life, then we are sure to attract Krishna's mercy. We are sure to become a top class Vaishnava and spread the message, and we will be the medium for transferring the mercy of Krishna if we agree to surrender completely to a Vaishnava guru who is in disciplic succession. Now, Canto 7, Chapter 4, Text 34, Srimad Bhagavatam, verse. Let's recite. Yasmin mahad guna rajan grihyante kavibirmuhu nate dhuna pidhi yamte yatha bhagavatishware. Canto 7, Chapter 4, Text 34, translation by Srila Prabhupada. Jai Srila Prabhupada. O King, Prahlad Maharaja's good qualities are still glorified by learned saints and Vaishnavas. As all good qualities are always found existing in the Supreme Personality of Godhead, they also exist forever in his devotee Prahlad Maharaj. From the authoritative scripture, it is learned that Prahlad Maharaj still lives in Vaikuntha Loka as well as within this material world on the planet Sutala. This transcendental quality of existing simultaneously in different places is another qualification of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Goloka eva nivasati akilatma bhuta. The Lord appears in the core of everyone's heart, yet he exists on his own planet, Golok Vrindavana. A devotee acquires qualities almost the same as those of the Lord because of unalloyed devotional service. Ordinary living beings cannot be so qualified, but a devotee can be qualified like Supreme Personality of Godhead, not in full, but partially. This is the benediction given by the Supreme Lord to the devotees. What is that? That if somebody is really conquering the heart of Krishna by completely living the instructions of the saintly spiritual master, then he gets the qualities of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Why? How do we understand this? Just by following instructions of Guru. One gets Krishna's qualities. How is it? At least we can say one gets Guru's qualities. But how we can say he gets Krishna's qualities? Well, the answer is Guru is following whose instructions? Guru Parampara's instructions. Guru Parampara is following whose instructions? Krishna's instructions. They are following which scriptures? Krishna's given scriptures. Either it is spoken by Krishna or it is spoken about Krishna. Like, Bhagavad Gita is spoken by Krishna. Bhagavatam is spoken about Krishna. Krishna includes Krishna and his expansions, and Krishna and his paraphernalia, Krishna and his devotees, Krishna and his leelas, like Krishna and his holy name and its glories. All these things are explained in Srimad Bhagavatam. Krishna and his bhakti, bhakti yoga, that is explained in Srimad Bhagavatam. So if somebody adores Srimad Bhagavatam, hears Srimad Bhagavatam, respects Srimad Bhagavatam, as they respect Krishna and they start to live the instructions of Srimad Bhagavatam, that means they're taking so much association of Krishna and his devotees, Krishna and his holy name in Bhakti Yoga. And when we do that, when we take too much of association, means 100% association of Krishna and the scriptures which speak about Krishna, which are spoken by Krishna. When we take so much association, it's always told that we become what we associate with. If we associate with the good people, we become good. If we associate with the bad, we become bad. If we take association of the good, we become good. If we take association of the bad, we become bad. But if we take association of Krishna, we get Krishna's qualities. So here they are getting Krishna's qualities, the devotees. That's what Prabhupada is saying. So, and it is true. The devotees of Krishna, I have personally seen Prabhupada's disciples when they were young, in their early 20s or in their late teens, early 20s or mid 20s, whoever joined Srila Prabhupada, they were looking simple and sober. But the same people now, in their late 60s and their late 70s or early 70s, they're all having such a peaceful smile. Such a sweet smile you may not get to see in an old man who may be having full complaint about his body, about his situation, about his children. So many complaints sometimes old people may have, but and they may not have a smiling face. But you see, all Prabhupada disciples, even if they have hundreds of diseases in their body, hundreds of issues, but they are smiling. Why? Because Krishna keeps smiling. Even when he kills asuras, he keeps smiling. He does not hate anybody. He loves everyone, even the asuras or the suras or the bhaktas. He loves everybody. So that feature of loving Krishna makes them get Krishna's qualities. Sorry for this disturbance. I have to put it on. Do not disturb. No? Just a minute. Not able to do that. Okay, what can I do? It's all right. I will have to. Sorry for that disturbance. Because I came parallelly online on my Facebook and on Zoom. That is why my phone started to ring and caused you disturbance. Sorry for that. Now, yeah, what I was telling you was that Prahlad Maharaj, yeah, I forgot what I was talking about. So devotee acquires qualities almost same as those of Lord. Yeah, those of Lord. Devotee acquires qualities almost as same as Lord, though not equal to Lord. So devotees, because they take association. You see, in our houses, we take association of our husband. Husband takes association of the wife. And eventually, initially, they look different. Or the boy looks like something and girl looks like something. And as they age and they cross 50 and they cross 60, they both start looking similar. Because they have taken so much association, they both get similar qualities. When they both get similar qualities, then they start looking same. Same way, devotees of Krishna. Oh, Krishna. 1 minute. Sorry for that. I do not know what I should do. It's not letting me to put it on. Okay. So, okay, fine. So now I was telling you that Devotee acquires qualities almost same as those of the Lord because of unalloyed devotional service. Okay, I think I will just put it on flight mode and I will put this. Okay, yes, I'm back. Yes, thank you so much. So now I just put the phone on flight mode. So temporarily I was off the Facebook. Now I'm all right. So I was telling you that devotees, they take association of Krishna and they get his qualities. Just like whomever we take association, we get their qualities. How people start taking drugs? They take association of one who's taking drugs and they become druggists. How do people give up drugs? They take association of devotees. The hippies took association of Prabhupada and they became happies. So the with whom we associate, we become like that. So if you understand this logic, it's very simple. A Vaishnava who associates with Krishna all the time because it's told Manmana, Bhavamad Bhakto, Madhyaji, Mam Namaskuru, means always think of me. Become my devotee, worship me, do namaskar unto me, means surrender your life to me. So the Vaishnava surrenders his life to Krishna and he always thinks of how to please Guru and Krishna. So he will obviously get Krishna's qualities. So when he gets to what level, not to the level of equality, but like Krishna can be two places at the same time, and Krishna can be everywhere at the same time. Devotee may not be everywhere, but at least here it is told, from authoritative scripture, it is learned that Prahlad Maharaj still lives in Vaikuntha Loka as well as within the material world on the planet Sutala. So he is living in Sutala planet and is also living in Vaikuntha Loka. Like Narada Muni, keeps traveling everywhere. And Shukadev, Suta Goswami worships his spiritual master, Shukadev Goswami, by saying that like Paramatma can enter into everyone's hearts. You could enter into even the trees' hearts. Who says that? Suta Goswami, who is also speaking Bhagavatam. He says about his spiritual master in the first canto, where he is praying to his spiritual master. In the second chapter, first two verses, he says that he just this does namaskar to his teacher in his mind and with his speech, and he says that he could even enter into the hearts of the trees, like that, please enter into now the hearts of all the listeners of Srimad Bhagavatam, because he knew that later in Facebook and on Zoom, people will hear Srimad Bhagavatam. So he is praying to Shukadev Goswami to enter into the hearts of the listeners so that they can understand what Shukadev Goswami is trying to explain through the medium of Srimad Bhagavatam. Through Bhagavatam, whatever his Bhagavatam teachings, whatever he's trying to say, it should enter into the heart. So he's asking, you please enter as I speak Srimad Bhagavatam. You please enter into the hearts of the listeners and make them understand. Why? Because Shukadev Goswami is capable of entering into the hearts like Paramatma enters into the hearts. So devotee Shukadev Goswami also is empowered to do so. And also in another case, when Vedavyasji was worried, I wrote all the scriptures, but still I'm not satisfied. Why? I'm feeling morose. I'm not feeling happy after writing all the Vedas, all the Puranas, all the Upanishads, everything I have written, but still, I am not getting peace. Why? When he was worried, Narada Muni, his spiritual master, came. And that time, Narada Muni is asking, why are you worried? That time, Vedavyaji says, are you worried because of this, this, this? Then he says the answer that I myself do not know. But you can enter into the hearts of everybody. So you please understand my heart. And you please respond. Means Narada Muni can enter into the heart of Vedavyasji. Like how Narada Muni can enter into heart of Vedavyasji and he can be outside. Shukadev Goswami can enter into the hearts of everybody and make them understand. He can enter, means otherwise he does not enter. So he can choose to enter, but Paramatma, he enters. He enters not only living entities' bodies, but he also enters into even small atoms of salt, atom of sugar, because salt does not have, one atom of salt does not have a soul, but it has Paramatma in it. One atom of sugar does not have soul, but Paramatma enters. Why? Why he enters? When there is no soul, why he enters? For whose sake he enters? Because unless Paramatma enters into the atom of salt and sugar and anything, they cannot, salt atom cannot be salty without Paramatma. Because Paramatma is one, who makes the atom active to show a particular quality. Paramatma is one who enters the body of a Jivatma, of you and me, and he is the one who first sanctions all our senses to become active. Otherwise, our senses cannot even have the power to work, says Srimad Bhagavatam. I have learned it and I'm sharing it with you. I cannot remember. It's somewhere in the up to first four canto, somewhere in the third or fourth canto. I have heard this and I was shocked that Paramatma enters every body, I thought, out of love for the Atma. So then, if it is only love for the Atma, then there is no need to enter into the atom of a salt where Atma is not there. But why? Because the salt has to show its salty nature, then Paramatma should be there and he has to make it active. Sugar has to be sweet, then Paramatma has to enter and make it active. So, Paramatma is one who even activates our senses and empowers it to do its work. So, when Paramatma withdraws that power, where we just get into accident, our senses don't work because Paramatma is not letting it work anymore. Because of the karma, when he feels that this person needs this treatment, and that's it. So, if Paramatma is one who enters everything, Shukadeva Goswami can at least enter into some souls where he wants to enter. Like that, Prahlad, if a devotee also can enter, means devotee has got the quality of Krishna. He got the quality of Krishna. Shukadeva Maharaj got the quality, Goswami got the quality of Krishna. Narada Muni got qualities from Krishna. Same way Prahlad also got quality from Krishna. So he is able to appear at two places simultaneously. That is, one is Sutala planet and one is in the Vaikuntha Loka. Then, what is the time now? We are reaching now. Last 10 minutes left. Then will be the question answers. So Canto 4, Chapter 4, Canto 7, Chapter 4, Text 35. Yam sadhugatha sadasi ripavopi suranripa pratimanam prakurvanti kim utanye bhavadrishaha. Canto 7, Chapter 4, Text 35, translation by Srila Prabhupada. In any assembly where there are discourses about saints and devotees, O King Yudhishthira, even the enemies of the demons, namely the demigods, what to speak of you, could cite Prahlad Maharaj as an example of a great devotee. So, in any assembly where there are discourses about saints and devotees, O King Yudhishthira, even the demigods, would quote Prahlad Maharaj as an example of a great devotee. So, it is told that Prahlad Maharaj became so famous that demigods started quoting him wherever they went, whether it's in a say assembly of saints or whether any assembly where they're discussing about saints and devotees. Prahlad Maharaj was mentioned. That's why even in ISKCON, you see, in any of the discourses, if you're talking about devotion, dependence, so many times Prahlad Maharaj's topic will come. Though it may not be Canto 7, it may be just Canto 1, Canto 2. But Prahlad Maharaj keeps getting mentioned every now and then because Prahlad Maharaj is such a great devotee and he is the emblem of complete surrender, complete dependence, and complete remembrance of Supreme Personality of Godhead. That is little Prahlad. So then the next verse, there's no purport for this. Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 7, Chapter 4, Text 36. Gunair alam asankyeyair mahatmyam tasya suchyate vasudeve bhagavati yasya naisargiki ratihi. Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 7, Chapter 4, Text 36, translation by Srila Prabhupada. Jai Srila Prabhupada. Who could list the innumerable transcendental qualities of Prahlad Maharaj? He had unflinching faith in Vasudeva, Lord Krishna, the son of Vasudeva, and he had unalloyed devotion to him. His attachment to Lord Krishna was natural because of his previous devotional service. Although his good qualities cannot be enumerated, they prove that he was a great soul, Mahatma. 10 to 7, chapter 4, text 36, purport by Srila Prabhupada, Jai Srila Prabhupada. In his prayers to the 10 incarnations, Jayadev Goswami says, Keshavadrita Narahari Rupa Jaya Jagadisha Hare. Prahlad Maharaj was a devotee of Lord Narsimha, who is Keshava, Krishna himself. Therefore, when this verse says Vasudeva Bhagavati, One should understand that Prahlad Maharaj's attachment for Narsimhadev was attachment for Krishna, Vasudeva, the son of Vasudeva. Prahlad Maharaj, therefore, is described as a great Mahatma, as the Lord Himself confirms that in Bhagavad Gita 7.19, that is 7th chapter, verse 19, says, Bahunam janmanamante jnanavan ma prapadyate Vasudeva sarvamiti sa mahatma sudurlabha. That means, after many births and deaths, he who is actually in knowledge surrenders unto me, knowing me to be the cause of all causes and all that is. Such a great soul is very rare. A great devotee of Krishna, the son of Vasudeva, is a great soul, very rarely to be found. Prahlad Maharaj's attachment for Krishna will be explained in the next verse. Krishna Graha Grahitatma. The Prahlad Maharaj's heart was always filled with thoughts of Krishna. Therefore, Prahlad Maharaj is the ideal devotee in Krishna consciousness. Actually, we may think that so Prahlad Maharaj was devotee of whom? Was Prahlad Maharaj devotee of Narsimhadev? Actually, Narsimhadev had not even appeared. When Prahlad Maharaj had become devotee of the Lord, Narsimhadev had not shown his form. That happened much later. So then whom he was devoted to? He was devoted to son of Vasudeva, that is our Krishna. He was attached to Krishna. And when he was thinking that my Krishna is here, my Krishna is there, and when Krishna came in angry form and he had to fulfill Lord Brahma's word, Lord Brahma told that any human formed person cannot kill. So he could not come in the form of Krishna, so he had to come in the form of half man, half lion. And so he had to take a new form of Narsimhadev. But otherwise, Prahlad Maharaj was very attached to Krishna. That's why he is the role model for those who want to become Krishna conscious. Prahlad Maharaj. Now, the difference between Dhruva and Prahlad Maharaj is Dhruva Maharaj, he went with the desire that I want a kingdom bigger than my great grandfather. Like that, with so much of pain in his heart, with the desire that he wanted something. So I will go and please Vishnu, and Vishnu will give me. And full faith, full dependence on Vishnu was there. The desire he went, like you and we go with desire to Krishna, like Dhruva Maharaj. But Prahlad Maharaj was not like that. He didn't go to Krishna with any desire. He went to Krishna because he learned from his spiritual master. He learned from his spiritual master that one must dedicate his life for Krishna. So, right from the prenatal stage, he was a devotee of Krishna. He was a devotee of Krishna. He devoted his life just to please Krishna because he felt there's nothing worthwhile. You will see the heart of Prahlad Maharaj in this beautiful 7th canto. You will see what is Prahlad Maharaj at the age of 5. What is he? He is not like any one of us. He is somewhat a different personality. The way he sees life, the way he sees life around and the people around, the Lord around everywhere is totally different, and it is worth learning from him. So we have to very attentively hear the 7th canto and learn. Then we get, and if we start admiring Prahlad Maharaj for his saintly qualities, then we also will be blessed with little of his qualities. It's like take association. Whosoever association you take, you get those qualities. Like that, if you start hearing about Prahlad Maharaj, meditating about his now wonderful qualities, though he was a little child, he had so many qualities. We start meditating on his good qualities. We start admiring his good qualities. Then what will happen? Then we slowly will develop those qualities by the mercy of the Supreme Lord, who will be pleased with us just because we are admiring his dear devotee, Prahlad Maharaj. So, Prahlad Maharaj's glories are spoken in this verse. So, what is it spoken? That it is told that he was very attracted to Krishna. He was very attached to Krishna. And then Prabhupada says that, this attachment is not coming cheaply. The attachment to Krishna does not come very easily. We may think, oh, he had so much attachment, but why I don't have so much attachment? I have attachment for every other thing, but not to Krishna. Why? Don't worry, because it doesn't come so easily. Even for Prahlad Maharaj, it does not come so easily. It comes after Bahunam, Janmanam, Ante, after many lives. After many lives, one gets the qualities of a devotee. One surrender, because he surrenders to Krishna. Only when we surrender to Krishna fully, we get the qualities of a devotee fully. So it is told Bahunam Janmanam, and after many lifetimes. Jnanavan, after trying to learn about the Lord, to Jnana Yoga, getting so much of studies about the Lord and getting confused whether I am God or whether He is God or Krishna is God. So much of confusion. They have to study so much. So after many lifetimes of Bhavanam Janmanandi Jnanavan Mahaprabhu, the one who gets full knowledge, he understands that no. Krishna is supreme and we are all his das. When he understands that, that time he says, for me now onwards, Vasudeva Sarvamiti. For me now onwards, Vasudeva is everything. Krishna, son of Vasudeva, our Krishna, our Vasudeva is everything. Sarvam, he is Sarvam for me. Sir Mahatma, and such a Mahatma is very rare. So Prahlad Maharaj was a Mahatma. He was a person who had completely surrendered his life and soul to serving and pleasing Guru and Krishna. So that is why he was very great. Now the time is running. I can do one shloka. Maybe I see the length of the purport. It's quite long. I think I can even now. Let me see the time. 5:40. Okay, 10 minutes are there. We'll do one shloka. Canto 7, chapter 4, text 37. न्यस्तक्रीडानकुबालो जडवत्तन्मनस्तया कृष्णगृहगृहीतात्मा न वेद जगदीदृशम्. Canto 7, chapter 4, text 37. Translation by Srila Prabhupada. From the very beginning of his childhood, Prahlad Maharaj was uninterested in childish playthings. Indeed, he gave them up altogether and remained silent and dull, being fully absorbed in Krishna consciousness. Since his mind was always affected by Krishna consciousness, he could not understand how the world goes on being fully absorbed in the activities of sense gratification. Canto 7, Chapter 4, Text 37, purport by Srila Prabhupada. Jai Srila Prabhupada. Prahlad Maharaj is the vivid example of a great person fully absorbed in Krishna consciousness. In Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Leela, chapter 8, verse 274, it is said, Stavara Jangama Deke, Na Deke Tara Mukti, Sarvatra Haya Nija Ishta Deva Spurti. What does that mean? It means fully Krishna conscious person, although situated in this material world, does not see anything but Krishna anywhere and everywhere. This is the sign of a Mahabhagavata. The Mahabhagavata sees Krishna everywhere because of his attitude of pure love for Krishna. As confirmed in Brahma Samhita, chapter 5, verse 38, Premanjana Churita Bhakti Vilochanina Santa Sadaiva Hrudayeshu Vilokayanti Yam Shama Sundaramachindya Guna Swarupam Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. Means, I worship the primeval Lord Govinda, who is always seen by the devotee, whose eyes are anointed with the pulp of love. He is seen in his eternal form of Shyamasundara, situated within the heart of a devotee. An exalted devotee or Mahatma, who is rarely to be seen, remains fully conscious of Krishna and constantly sees the Lord within the core of his heart. It is sometimes said that when one is influenced by evil stars like Saturn, Rahu, or Ketu, he cannot make advancement in any prospective activity. In just the opposite way, Prahlad Maharaj was influenced by Krishna, the supreme planet, and thus he could not think of the material world and live without Krishna consciousness. That is the sign of a Mahabhagavata. Even if one is an enemy of Krishna, a Mahabhagavata sees him to be also engaged in Krishna's service. Another good example is that everything appears yellow to the jaundiced eye. Similarly to a Mahabhagavata, everyone but himself appears to be engaged in Krishna's service. Prahlad Maharaj is the approved Mahabhagavata, the supreme devotee. In the previous verse, it was stated that he had natural attachment, Naisargiki Rati. The symptoms of such natural attachment for Krishna are described in this verse. Although Prahlad Maharaj was only a boy, he had no interest in playing. As stated in Srimad Bhagvatam, Viraktiranyatracha, the symptom of perfect Krishna consciousness is that one loses interest in all material activities. For a small boy to give up playing is impossible. But Prahlad Maharaj, being situated in first class devotional service, was always absorbed in a trance of Krishna consciousness. Just as a materialistic person is always absorbed in thoughts of material gain, a Mahabhagavata like Prahlad Maharaj is always absorbed in thoughts of Krishna. So it is such a beautiful explanation. I was just telling you a few minutes ago that the heart of Prahlad Maharaj is totally different from what our hearts are. Prahlad Maharaj's heart was, was the heart of a pure devotee, top class devotee. Not devotees are many. We are all devotees, practicing devotees, but a top class devotee and a junior most devotee and a middle class devotee, they are all different completely. So top class devotee's heart is now revealed here. A top class devotee actually he cannot see anything without Krishna. Anything you tell them, if he's looking at the light, he thinks this is my Krishna's light coming from my Krishna's sun. And when feels the air, this is my Krishna sent breeze. And when somebody pushes him down, then he sees into the river when he's falling, he thinks this is where my Krishna is sleeping as Mahavishnu on the water. So I'm going to meet him in the water. If he's pushed into the water on top of the mountain, he is thinking he's going to meet Vishnu there, in the water. So he cannot see anything but Krishna. He's not saying, oh, he pushed me. I'm going to die. Why do they do this? I'm a little boy. They're so gigantic. And why are they ill-treating me? No, why are they abusing me? No, such thoughts will come in our hearts, but not in little Prahlad's heart. In his heart, oh, I'm being sent to Vishnu's place. I'm going to meet Vishnu in the water. Huh? And if he's being pushed into the poisonous snake, then he feels, oh, this is the bed of my Lord Vishnu. My Lord Vishnu sleeps on this. So I'm going to meet the bed of Lord Vishnu. Probably I may meet Krishna Vishnu also there. See, it's the way of seeing life was totally different. His eyes were anointed with Krishna Premanjana Chulita Bhakti Vilochanena. When we see with the eyes of love for Krishna, everything looks Krishna Maya, everything looks Krishnaized. There's nothing that is material. Everything is Krishna's. Any beauty in the nature, it's Krishna's energy. It's Krishna's material energy. That is Krishna's energy. My Krishna's energy. And if it is related directly to Krishna, it's my Krishna's. It's my Krishna's deity. It's my Krishna's book. It's my Krishna's devotee, my spiritual master. Everything is my Krishna's. Everything. The good and the bad, all are Krishna's people. Krishna sent people. Krishna's created people. And the bad or the good, they're all as souls. Krishna's body is part and parcel. So Krishna's, they're Krishna's. So when he sees everybody as Krishna's, and when he lovingly deals with the ruffians and with the gentle, he lovingly deals with everybody. Naturally, they also develop some respect for Prahlad Maharaj, and they also find him somewhat attractive. Because it is like iron filings. Don't know why the magnet is attractive. Iron filings go and just stick to the magnet. They don't know why the magnet is attractive. Somewhat attractive. It is attractive somehow. I don't know. Like that, for Vaishnavas, they sometimes reveal undiscovered by those who are ruffians. Those who are not having any devotion in the heart, or they have little devotion. Also, a top class devotee may not be discovered by a junior devotee or by someone who is not a practitioner of Krishna Bhakti. They feel he's also another human with two hands, one head. He's an old man. He's not able to walk. He may be a top class Mahabhagavata. We will be seeing with our material vision. But because these top class devotees are not revealed to everyone except a devotee of a top class standard. Only a top class devotee can catch a top class devotee. In Kannada, there is a saying, Kallanige Kallana Hejje Tilitade, something like that, It's only a thief can discover the steps taken by another thief, A thief can catch the steps taken by another thief, but not others can catch. Like that, a devotee who is stealing all his time and donating it to Krishna, a devotee who is finding ways to please Krishna, finding to the depth of his thoughts, whatever depth he can go, he's trying his best to please Krishna. Only that kind of a devotee can catch another devotee who is all the time thinking of how I can use the time in Krishna's pleasure. So a devotee of high class can understand a devotee of high class, their heart, but others, we cannot understand top class devotees' heart. Same way, here in the translation, it was told that Prahlad Maharaj could see everything in contact with Krishna, and so everything was clear to him. So when people are considering Krishna's things as separate from Krishna and trying to enjoy, he was not able to figure out how these people are managing to survive without Krishna in their heart. How they are able to manage. It was very difficult for him to understand because he was so naturally attracted to Krishna. He was so naturally attracted to Krishna. That is what. So because his eyes was anointed with the eyes of love. So another example is the one who has got jaundice. He will see everything that is white and black and red and blue as yellow tinged. Why? Because he has got heavy jaundice. So in his eyes now, whatever he sees, it becomes like if you wear a glass, cooling glass with pinkish tinge, we see the whole world as pinkish. Like that, when your eyes gets infected with jaundice, you start seeing the whole world as yellowish. Same way, these top class devotees whose eyes are filled with love for Krishna, they see everything as Krishna or Krishnas. Krishna or Krishnas means it is my Krishna, it is my Krishna, or everything as Krishna. Even more is everything as Krishna. That is, Krishna's actually. This is my Krishna's people, my Krishna's thing. This is my Krishna only. This heat of the fire is my Krishna. Light of the sun and the moon is my Krishna. Taste of the juice is my Krishna. Like that, syllable Om is my Krishna. Like that, the life air that I breathe is my Krishna. Digestion fire in my stomach is my Krishna. So, like that, a devotee relishes everything he meets with, seeing Krishna's presence. So, we beginner devotees, when we start understanding that and appreciating, then we should start to think that if any reversal happens in my plan, we should start thinking, why my Krishna reversed my plan? Because he loves me, he will not spoil my plan. And unless he spoils it, nobody can spoil it. Then why did he spoil my plan? No, Krishna will not spoil. He changed the plan. Okay, he changed. For what reason? Think, Krishna, why did you change my plan? You didn't like my plan? Yes, definitely not. If the plan gets changed, Miss Krishna did not like because he had much better plan than what we had. Okay, Krishna had a better plan. So what is that, Krishna? Ask Krishna, what is the plan that you want me to do? You didn't allow this plan to work. So what do you want me to do? Then when you get an idea, go in that direction and you will succeed there. And suppose when you go in the direction, you feel another reversal. Oh, Krishna, then this step I thought was right. Then what do you want me to do? Then you figure out what better success you can do even in that step. Then Krishna will suggest you another step. And you take that step. This way you take the correct steps based on the direction given by Krishna, based on how your plans don't work. If plans don't work, ask Krishna what is his plan, for me. And then when you try to go in that direction, you will see a grand success which you cannot even dream of. I left UAE and I came to India thinking that if I'm sitting in India, then I can preach to everybody locally. But I realized rickshaw fares are quite costly. I cannot go by bus. Bus is costly with respect to time. Auto rickshaws are costly with respect to cost. So then you see how Krishna, when doors closed for me, then the door of internet opened. Facebook, all thanks to Facebook and social media, Facebook, Zoom, everything now is helping me to sit in one place and talk. But if I was in UAE, this way we cannot openly preach from UAE government or in any other country. So I could not live there. So when I came here, I thought then there also I could sit and preach, but that I think the rules, I don't know now how it is. Rules are little strict. We cannot sit online and preach like that from those countries. But you see, we hear how Krishna, when he closes me from going to places, he's making me sit in one place and reach to now simultaneously. I'm with US devotees. on one device and with Facebook devotees on another device. So I am with the whole world. Anybody from the world who has Facebook can join and can hear Srimad Bhagavatam. You see how to spread Srimad Bhagavatam. Krishna, closed opportunities for me to travel by bus and auto rickshaw, and he gave me the comfort of my home, sitting under the fan, drinking water, and next keeping it next to me with the comfort of two devices on the table. What all facilities Krishna gave. You see, this is how we should see Krishna. What all facilities Krishna gave, rather than saying, oh, I can't travel by bus, it takes so much time. Oh, I can't travel by auto rickshaw, it is too much costly, I'm not working. How will I go? It's not possible for me to preach. No, if something is not possible, then how I can do it? If I can't do that, then how I can do it? What is Krishna wanting me to do? Krishna wants me to use free media. What is a free way of doing it? Social media. Yes, go attack social media and start putting our efforts to share whatever little we have learned. So like this, when you see this, Krishna wanted me to speak through social media. I am seeing my life like that. So I am not at that level, but like this, you are also not at that level, but you and I, we can start seeing life through the eyes of Prahlad Maharaj, because I have heard this. So from that time, I have been trying to see all my life situation. Like maybe this is how what Krishna wants from me. So very lovingly, I can take it up. My Krishna wants it like so. I will do it like this. And when US devotees actually had asked me some years ago, "Will you teach?" I said, "Oh, Krishna is making me preach to US without going to US. Krishna is giving me chance free of cost, sitting at home at my comfort, no traveling hazards, and no change of climate, change of food, no hassles in health because of climate change. But I can sit in the comfort of my own area climate, and I can eat the food that I want to eat at my home. And I can speak to the devotees in US. See what Krishna did. Wow, Krishna is so nice. I don't know the US devotees. US devotees don't know me. Somehow Hare Krishna TV called me for one class, and they somehow got through Hare Krishna TV people, and somehow I got a chance to share the message to US. So what I'm saying is that when we get any opportunities, let us not see anything bad in that. Let us see it is Krishna given opportunity, so it cannot be good. It cannot be bad. It cannot be good, but it is transcendental. It is above the good. It's like it's not a Brahmana, it's above Brahmana, it's a Vaishnava, it's transcendental. So it is Divya, it is something very, very wonderful. It is Krishna's given opportunity. So everything somebody is abusing, then you say, okay, Krishna is Prahlad Maharaj was abused, Draupadi was abused, Pandavas were abused, Kunti Maharani is abused, Gajendra was abused, Dhruva Maharaj was abused. Who was not abused? But the question is, when though they are abused, where did they turn to? Did they turn to drugs and drinks? Or did they turn to Bhagavatam and Vaishnavas and to Krishna and to Harinam Prabhu? So if we are given the opportunity to turn to Krishna, to turn to Bhagavatam, to turn towards Vaishnavas and seek help, we are most fortunate. So thank, when you get troubled, you first thank God, I have Krishna. I have Krishna's devotees, I have Krishna's Bhagavatam. Then try to inquire like what I should learn from this situation, and try to see what Krishna is not I should learn, what Krishna is teaching me lovingly to learn in this situation. And then try to learn thinking my Krishna is lovingly teaching, so I accept it. I have been doing all that from now several years. Several means more than a decade, maybe close to 2 decades. So since I was doing this from that much time in a small way, so I can clearly understand this purport. See, I may not understand Prahlad Maharaj's heart to that level, but to the extent that I got the opportunity to practice this particular value, I can understand this purport. So when I am relishing my life situation, good or bad, I don't see it as bad. I see the good as fortune given by Krishna. I see the so-called bad as bigger fortune given by Krishna. Means Krishna took out time to keep aside my karma and specially arrange a situation which is very choking for me, so that I can depend on Krishna more, because he's wanting my attention. Oh, so he's personally taken care to take my attention. That's so sweet of Krishna. So I find Krishna so sweet. When things are choking me, I find Krishna is so sweeter, that he is taking personal attention, because in choking situation, Krishna, I will turn to Krishna and depend, and he'll be fully with me. That means he has taken time to now leave aside all his duties and come to give me time. Like this, I feel. Yes, he gives time to ant also, lizard also, to every criminal also, to a devotee also, to a non-devotee also. But I feel he's come specially to give time to me also. To me also he came. How nice. I become grateful. I become happier in good times. I'm very happy saying my Krishna did it. My Krishna did it. In bad times, I'm even happier. If Krishna is allowing this to happen, then Krishna is now personally with me. He has lovingly arranged this for me. So I find him more lovable. This much I have experienced. So when I'm happy and happier in my life, when I'm always happy or happier in my life, where I see the other neighbors of mine, they live without Krishna consciousness. They live trying to be happy with drinks and parties and gym and outstation trips. They try to live like that. But but I know there cannot be any happiness when man plans for happiness. Misery begins. How are they surviving in their miserable life without connecting to Krishna? How are they surviving? How are they not falling sick? Without Krishna in their life, one will go mentally sick, and because of mental sickness, they become physically sick. But how are they not becoming sick? That's also Krishna's protection for them, because he's not, those who are not Krishna conscious, Krishna is giving them some extra health so that they can try to experiment in their life for on and on and on. When they're really tired, he does not want to force them, even by putting health issues. He's giving them good health, good facilities to keep trying. So they only get frustrated, but they somehow surviving. But in my case, I cannot survive without Krishna. I cannot, that is impossible. And so I cannot think of surviving without Krishna. This much I can understand. So Prahlad Maharaj was was like, he could see only Krishna everywhere. And he was so intoxicated with thoughts of Krishna. He was so happy in thoughts of Krishna that he could not understand how the other part of the world is surviving without Krishna. This is what I understood by this particular verse, which says, see, translation of 37th verse, Canto 7, chapter 4, text 37 says, since his mind was always affected by Krishna consciousness, he could not understand how the world goes on being fully absorbed in the activities of sense gratification. So this is the verse, and this to happen, for us, this to happen, we should follow Prahlad Maharaj, we should pray to Prahlad Maharaj and say, even I want to see my life through the eyes of you, dear Prahlad Maharaj. I also want, just start desire to become like Prahlad Maharaj, just desire to see our life in the eyes of Prahlad Maharaj. Let's pray like that. And then I prayed, maybe, I don't even remember those days now, but I remember from the time I had difficulties, I only saw Krishna's loving hands. Krishna's loving hands. And the more the pain, the more I saw Krishna's love. So I would suggest this much, if I can do. I am not a pure devotee. I am a small Kanishtadikari, small level of practicing devotee. And if I can do it, my dear friends, you can do it. So, and what I did is, anything is coming is Krishna's, and so I accept Krishna's plan, and I say this Krishna did it for me, maybe for this reason. And I ask Krishna, Krishna, please tell me, I don't know what I should learn from the situation. And I get my answer. I see something, some bright opportunity for me to grow. So I felt that I never gone through a problem. I grew through a problem. I grew for a more happier person, for a more non-expecting person, for a more adjusting person. And that's what will be your future if you will try to practice Prahlad Maharaj style of thinking. So with this, we end the class. Oh my God, I exceeded the time. It's 6:03 now. I was supposed to end at 30 minutes late. Sorry for that. So if you have any questions, my dear US devotees, you're welcome to ask. And if you have any 5 viewers are there on Facebook. If you have any questions, please ask your questions. I'm very happy to see Bala Vempu Subramaniam ji, and Bipin Jena ji, Narsim Rao Prabhu ji, Leena Manjunath ji. Leena Manjunath ji was calling me. I cut her call. She again called me, so I cut her call and I put flight mode, and she's here. She's here hearing. Hare Krishna, dear Leela Mai Mataji. So now, if you have any questions, Leela Mai Mataji, you can put your request if you have anything which you can ask here, or if it is something else, we can speak on phone after class. But any questions any one of you have, now you can please ask. Facebook people type your question, and Zoom people will ask their question. Hare Krishna. Any comments, questions, you're welcome. Somebody is trying to open the door. I'll just open 1 minute.
Hare Krishna
Yes, I
Mataji,
am.
my Dandavat pranam to
Hare
you. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Maharaj ki jai. I just didn't want you to stop. I wanted to go on. As if I wanted the time to stop actually. Yeah.
So
Wonderful class, Mataji. Thank you so much. And Prahlad Maharaj has really been very inspiring. And I sometimes wonder when you mentioned that Prahlad Maharaj is wondering how people are living Krishna consciousness. And I'm just wondering how Prahlad Maharaj, in spite of having like a situation where his father was literally not only hurting, like killing him, how that small little boy is actually surviving. And then he's surviving in a situation, and then he's thinking, although he himself is surviving in a situation like this, but in spite of that, he's still thinking about others, how others are surviving. So, I mean, his determination is just out of for me to, it's impossible for me to understand. And I also want to mention that when, I came into Krishna consciousness, and as I was getting more into Krishna consciousness, I felt that, he was like a rescue for me, Prahlad Maharaj, because I felt that, my problem is nothing. He was always giving me inspiration, small little boy, because I felt that what he's going through, and nobody's killing me here. People are just speaking words, against Krishna consciousness or our devotees or, people around us. And, but I was basically thinking that, that endurance power, I understood from Prahlad Maharaj. And I remember one time there was a Bhakti Vriksha, like a gathering, and everybody's asking which is the character you like. I said Prahlad Maharaj because he's the one where, Narsingha Aarti comes in, and our temples are protected, and so much like we are dependent on Prahlad Maharaj, Narsingha Dev, Narsimha Bhagwan. I mean, all these characters who are playing in Bhagvatam, they have such a major role to play, So just thank you so much, Mataji, and it's amazing. I mean, him thinking that like when we are in a grave, like in a very hard situation, how one can think that the other people are not taking to Krishna consciousness, and one strongly stays in Krishna consciousness. And also I was thinking, when you're giving class, his class can be compared to the the devotee elephant. I forgot his name.
Gajendra.
Gajendra. Gajendra, how his feet was bleeding and everything was happening, and how he was like in his previous life a king, Indradumnu, like that. So, and then there's a story behind, like his soul is traveling from one, just like Bharat Maharaj. So I'm not good in speaking, Mataji, but I'm just like how he, instead of in that pain, he's giving this quality in devotee, if you can highlight, Mataji, where they're in so much of problem, and then they're doing devotional service. He's offering the flower, he's thinking of Krishna. And so it's amazing, it's mesmerizing. So I don't have a specific question, but your class made me think that our problems are really small, and like you said, how Krishna has made it easy for you, where you wanted to preach. So our problems are very less, and that's because Krishna wants us to practice Krishna consciousness. Otherwise, it could have really been a very, very tough situation. And he's created this very nice situation for us just because we are remembering him, coming on the call, doing some devotional service. So if some thoughts you can add to what I'm saying, Mataji, otherwise, I'm like mesmerized by your class today. It was very, very Krishna conscious, very soothing to the heart. Your voice, your class, your everything, Mataji. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
To
Hare
answer your question, I have one question for you, dear Mataji. Now,
Yes.
you have your second daughter. She is spastic or something, right?
No, she has autism and developmental delay.
Autism and developmental delay.
Yes.
Not a single parent will be as enthusiastic in their voice like you with such difficulties. If our children is just behaving little badly, parents become morose and depressed. But your child is having autistic problems, and are you not happy in life with all these difficulties to some extent?
Yes, Mataji. Like, when we
How?
read Bhagavad Gita.
How?
Yes, Mataji. Go ahead.
How?
So
How?
we read in Bhagavad Gita, then one thing I'll tell you, like, in one category of people, who feel that they are in distress, there are different categories of people. Some people want
Yes.
money, some people in distress, some people are
Artha
looking
arthati
money.
jijnasu jnani.
Yeah.
Artha
So
artha.
I'm in the, I was literally like choked up in a distress. I was in a distress situation before I came into Krishna consciousness. And I felt that, like, how do I handle it? What do I do? And somehow what happened is that, after the night, the sun comes out next day. Bright sunshine is there. So, like I met devotees. And when I met devotees, my problem was solved because I felt
Oh,
that then now I'm not on the bodily platform. I'm a caretaker, but Krishna is the father. I'm just taking care for a couple of years. So that,
Krishna
yeah,
is the father.
yeah.
Ah,
So that gave me the
ah.
strength to endure. That gave me the strength because I'm not the real mother, you know.
Now I will tell you. Now there's another Rupini Padma. You are one Rupini Padma Mataji who has autistic child, and you were feeling so depressed when you met the Vaishnavas. You felt okay. I am just a caretaker, and Krishna is the real father. And you felt if Krishna is the father, Krishna is going to take care, and you felt solace. Now another Rupini Padma is there, who is your twin, and she is having the same problem like you, the same child like you, and she is not knowing Krishna consciousness, and she is depressed, and she is still alive, and you don't know her, you have not met her, and today you are hearing about her. And now, do you feel how is she surviving? And she's of your age, and she's having all your difficulties. Don't you feel how is she surviving without Krishna consciousness? And she's seeming to be a little happy, going out and partying and drinking with people, and she's managing her life, and she's alive. And don't you feel how is she surviving? I am surviving because I know that my daughter's child is father is Krishna, so I'm surviving. How is she surviving? Do you feel or not? Now I'm asking you this question.
Definitely, I feel. I definitely feel, and I also try to.
That's how Prahlad Maharaj was feeling.
Yeah. But those people are not coming into. There are a lot of families I want to contact with special need children. So if not, that they can hear some chanting for the children, because they're very
You
simple.
feel right? You feel
Yeah,
right? You feel the
yeah,
others who are having difficulty.
definitely. I
I
don't know
am
how they.
happy, but they are not. You
I'm
feel
feeling.
right? You're feeling like Prahlad Maharaj, and you don't even know. And you are wondering how Prahlad Maharaj could be worried about others. Now I am asking how you should be worried about your own child, how you're worried about all other parents who have the difficulty that you have. Because
Yes.
that's the speciality of being a devotee, dear Mataji. That's the speciality. So now I continue to answer your question that actually the Prahlad Maharaj, like you have just this one problem and maybe small problem, but Prahlad Maharaj had every big problem. Every problem was so big for him. You know, for your this one child's problem, this is a choking problem. I am telling you this. Why? Because when my daughter was at the age of 3, till the age of 3, she was such an attractive child. With eyes, she would communicate with anybody and everybody, whether they're whites or blacks, everybody. We were in the Muslim country and those all Arabs, they used to come and touch her. She was not a fair girl, she was medium, but just touch her like saying, MashaAllah, MashaAllah. They used to say and they used to go. She was such an attractive child before 3, but at the age of 3, her eyes became red and it was not going. I thought it was conjunctivitis. We gave medicine for that. And after 10 days also, it's still red. And it is red. And we were so scared about the eyes. We went to the doctor. And the doctor said she needs spectacles because she has got cylindrical vision. I was shocked as a mother. My child, I don't have specs. Now I'm wearing this reading glasses. I don't need specs for seeing you, but I wear reading glass just to read the comments. So I wear specs now at the age of 50. I am wearing specs now. But my daughter at the age of 3, and that time I was just 28, 27. No, I was 29-year-old. And my daughter was 3-year-old. And I was so worried. It was like a heartbreak for me. My daughter has to wear specs. And it was I was a teacher in her own school, and every one child out of 3 used to wear specs. Somehow in UAE, many children have specs, and my daughter became one of them. It was such a heartbreaking thing. So if one specs can cause a heartbreak for a mother, and if the child is having autistic difficulties, what kind of a heavy pain it is for a loving mother like you or like anybody. So in spite of that pain, you are feeling that how others are surviving, I should help them. Same like that, when the choking pain is there, the relief that Krishna gives is so abundant, we can feel it. For someone very happy, you teach them Hare Krishna mantra, they chant, they don't understand how it gives relief. But the same person, when he is in choking problem, let him chant Hare Krishna mantra with full dependence, he will feel relief. He will feel so much relief. So if we want to give them relief, then we should give them Krishna when they're choking. And this Prahlad Maharaj had every situation was so choking. So choking. And for every situation, he used to depend on Krishna. And the relief he got, see, the more choking is the problem, the more relief we get to know, the more relief. Like, for example, when we want to go to pass, motion, you want to evacuate, we want to go to toilet. And the pain is so much, and we are in a bus, and we are waiting for a toilet to come. And the toilet is, toilet stop. We are waiting where lavatories will be there, where we can go to do our clearing of the stomach. But it is taking time. And then, we are so scared. We're just waiting, waiting, waiting. And once the bus stops and we get into the toilet and we come out, we feel so much relief. Is it such a relief giving thing? No, but because the suffering was so much, the relief is also so much. Same like that, Prahlad Maharaj's suffering was so much for a child. So when he depended on the Lord, the relief he felt also is so much. So when he's feeling so much relief and so much happy, he's feeling, I am becoming so happy, because for every single thing, he's feeling Krishna's presence. In every single aspect, he's feeling Krishna's love. So now he's feeling, I am feeling so happy amidst the problems. These people are also suffering with so many problems. They're not taking shelter of Krishna. How much they're suffering? He knows. He knows that they will suffer. And so he's worried with that, and he knows that he cannot tolerate one suffering. So he's turning to Krishna. And these people with so many suffering without turning to Krishna, how are they like that? That he feeling is very natural. If you see from your perspective, like how you are feeling happy when you are getting relief. So so it is that way. But it is very beautiful that you have enriched the class today, dear Rupini Padma Mataji, as usual. And you will, after speaking so beautifully, you will say, I don't know to speak. It's exactly like our Parikshit Maharaj. He asked questions. He asked questions about what is welfare for the people. He asked questions about, what is the supreme dharma. He asked questions about, tell me everything about creation avatars and about creation. And he told, tell me everything about Krishna. And he told, after Krishna goes, then who is there? And then he asked some more questions. And finally, he's telling, I don't know to ask questions. So whatever I didn't ask, you please tell. After asking all the questions, he's telling. So your beautiful speech is like that, dear Rupini Padma Mataji. So you nicely added to the class by saying, I only saw from one perspective that Prahlad Maharaj was so happy in depending on Krishna. So he felt how others can be happy without Krishna. But you showed the other side of the coin. You told when difficulties are so much, we only were worried about our difficulties. We then finally we understand and have turned to Krishna, and it's so difficult that time we think our life problem only is so big. So at that time, how Prahlad Maharaj, instead of thinking my life's problem is big, how he's telling how others are suffering without Krishna. This is very difficult to understand. Yes, that is one understanding which I should have explained first. That's the most that explanation is what adds beauty to this class. That is the most important. You spoke it beautifully. I'm trying to use your sentences, but I failed thoroughly now. But you said it so beautifully that Prahlad himself was undergoing so much tortures in life, and he is thinking how others are suffering, how they're surviving in their torturous life without Krishna. He was surprised. But that is a surprising thing, because he, one who is suffering so much, is bothered about those who are giving tortures. He was bothered about, and how it is possible. Yeah, how it is possible, because the answer was today's class. Because he always depended on Krishna, and he always got relief from Krishna consciousness. Like after going to toilet, after a very very urgent situation in our stomach, after very, very controlling, which somehow trying to control our stomach, somehow praying to Krishna to control, and then finally we get a toilet, and finally we clear our stomach, and finally we come out with such a great relief. Like that, for him, every problem was such a choking, painful problem, and he would turn towards Krishna, because he did not even feel the pain of the problem, because he knew like Krishna is there. Just like if you're thrown like this, if you're thrown like this by a gigantic person, we will fear now where I will fall down, what will happen, But suppose if our loving father is throwing us like this, and then our mother is catching, and mother is throwing like this, and father is catching, then if we have full faith that they're going to catch, we will be enjoying the throw from father to mother, mother to father. Like that, here Prahlad Maharaj was having that full faith that Krishna is going to take care. So when problem came, he knew that my Krishna is going to take care now. Like, because of following this, now I also know when problem comes, oh, such a big problem, now then Krishna will have to do something. Now I will see what miracle is next going to happen. I see like that. I don't become fearful. Actually, the fear thing has left me um, um, quite long ago, for only about my daughter's life. Some point of time I was a little worried, but other than that, I was never fearful nor worried about anything, because I say what Krishna wants I'm going to do. Then what is the worry? What Krishna wants, where Krishna wants me to go, I will go. How Krishna wants me to live, I will live. In whatever condition Krishna wants me to put, in whatever condition Krishna gives me energy, to that extent I will live to please Krishna. Then what is the worry? What is the fear? We are not afraid of anything. Anything, if it is taken away from me, okay, then whatever Krishna has left me with, I will use that to live to please Krishna. So if we have such, if we're not restricted, like I should stay in this place only, I like this house only, or so and so should be there only in my life. If they're not there, it's a problem. So all such things, no conditions. If Krishna is there in my life, that's everything. Wherever Krishna keeps me, that's the best thing. However Krishna keeps me, that's the best situation for me. And may Krishna give me the enthusiasm and taste to always serve Krishna. May I never lose interest in Krishna. That's the only concern, and that's the only prayer we devotees must have. Prabhupada said, the only problem with my disciples is that they're not sufficiently afraid of Maya. So, we have to always have that one prayer that Krishna, may I never leave you. Means, may I never go under Maya. That's the indirect meaning, is that may I never go to the forgetful zone of sense gratification, but may I always, not even for a fraction of a second, may I go into the clasp of Maya, but may I always be in service of you, Krishna. May always. That should be our only prayer, and that should be our only fear, that we should be fearful of fearful of forgetting Krishna. But if we are always with Krishna, then there's nothing to worry. So Prahlad Maharaj's situation was like that. I hope now it's clear, dear Mataji. Thank you for your beautiful addition to the class and also your question. Hare Krishna. And in
Thank
the
you so
meantime,
much. Thank you
yes.
so much, Mataji, for your answer. I'm just, the today's class, only one line I will say, is very relieving. And it's a class today, how you explained will not be forgotten. How we have to really forget about our problems and just very seriously follow Krishna consciousness, because that's where our happiness lies. Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you so much, dear Rupinipada Mataji. Yes, now if anybody is having Leena Manjuna Mataji, thank you so much. All glories to all my teachers. Hare Krishna. So if there's any other questions in Facebook or in US devotees, please ask and I will answer.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandat Pranam, Jai Srila Prabhupada, Jai Guru Maharaj.
And Pranam, Jai Srila Prabhupada. Yes.
Thank you so much, Mataji, for such a beautiful class, because like it was needed every time whenever I hear. It is like always inspiring and motivating. Today morning, like I was disturbed, like so many things happened. And while chanting also, I was depressed, and I was just talking with my daughter. And then I checked, like maybe today you will be giving the class. So I just checked, and it's happened. Like, and when you told, like in association of devotee, we should always be in the association of devotee. And I always felt like, yes, it is good, but like that condition, like depressed condition, sadness, when I heard you and you told, like slowly it just vanished, and I was feeling like happy, and I was feeling like, what happened? I didn't do anything, I just heard Mataji, and that miracle happened. So thank you so much, Mataji. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, dear Kavita Sharma Mataji. It's not hearing me, it is hearing Bhagavatam. Bhagavatam is hearing about Krishna. Gives so much relief. In the last class only, our teacher Gaurandashan Prabhu said, what is it? What's the meaning of taking association of devotees? Is it that we sit with somebody who is wearing dhoti, kurta and tilak, and that is association? Means, or in other words, is sitting with someone who is wearing sari with the pallu in front with tilaka and sitting and talking, chit-chatting, is that association? No. Association means there should be Krishna Katha. That's association. If you're talking anything about Krishna, that's association. If you're not talking anything about Krishna, even if you're with the Tilakwala devotee and talking about how to buy the best car, in which second class showroom you will get. So for second hand showroom, you will get the best car. If you're discussing that, or which TV is better, if you're discussing that, then that is not taking association. Association means hearing Krishna Katha, because this is one point. So why you became happy is you heard Krishna Katha. And second thing is, it is not that you hear from me that you become happy, because I have learned 2 times or 3 times in different phases of my life that I was told that for somebody, when I was asking mercy, they said, if you practice Krishna consciousness, then mercy will flow through you. They never said you will be empowered to uplift someone. No. Different people told this, and the last person to tell was in the class, Gaurang Darshan Prabhu was saying, we can never give mercy to anybody. The mercy flows through us from Krishna. From Krishna, it is passing through from Narada Muni to Veda Vyasji, like this, The mercy is flowing down from Krishna through the Guru Parampara, and it passes through us to others. So today, if you're feeling out of depression, I am not the cause. It's just that Krishna was very, very merciful to you, and out of love for you, he just brought his Bhagavatam's mercy from the Guru Parampara through me. Of course, through me. But it is not me. Like that, we all should know that if somebody feels that they are feeling uplifted by us, then we should know it's not by us, it is through us. So then who is that who gave you mercy? It is your beloved Krishna. Dear Kavita Sharma Mataji, it is your beloved Krishna, and your beloved Krishna's literary form, Srimad Bhagavatam. It is your beloved Srimad Bhagavatam that uplifted your spirits, and I completely relate to what you said, because 15, 20 years ago, when I used to sometimes be very sad and crying in my heart, and it would be late for me because household duties, school duties, taking care of child, cooking, and then finally I'm not able to do the cleaning, and I disappoint the family, and I run saying it's late, I can't wash vessels, and I would run. I would run from my home in Alrola building to our favorite teacher Ramakrishna Prabhu's building. I would run. It was a matter of a 5 minute walk, but I would reach it 1.5 minutes because I would run literally, gasping for breath. And I would feel, and my heart would be crying, I'm late, I'm late. I could not finish there also. Now I'll be late here also. So much with disturbed mind. But then Kirtan will be going like, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Then chorus. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. And I would try to pitch in my voice and try to match with their tunes. And I would pay attention to sing properly, though crying hard. Maybe my voice will also cry in no time. In that condition, I'm going. At that time, when I'm hearing the kirtan, and I try to match my voice with theirs, and I try to start singing, and 5 minutes would pass, 7 minutes would pass. Then I feel, hey, I'm happy. I'm enjoying hearing Krishna Kirtan. Huh? All the sadness, where did it go? It's gone. It's not there. Now, if I want also, it's not going to come. It's gone. This is the mercy of Harinam. This is the mercy of Sadhu Sangha. But yes, it's the mercy coming through Sadhu Sangha. It's the mercy coming directly from Harinam. It's coming from Krishna. So if you understand that, you will become more and more grateful to Krishna. Your attachment to Krishna will become more and more, and that more and more attachment to Krishna is going to remove the heart's depressed feelings, the fear, the anxieties, and everything, dear Kavita Sharma Mataji. Please don't worry. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Thank you so much, Mataji. Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna. Yes. Anybody has any questions?
Hare Krishna Mataji. Danat Pranam,
Hare
always
Krishna.
Prabhupada. Such a nice class.
Prabhu.
Yeah, reflecting upon Prahlad Maharaj unflinching faith, dependence, and reliance on Krishna, and how we can imbibe his mood, his consciousness. I have really, and thank you for your kind association. You by your presence, by your emotions, by your narration of the transcendental topic, you conveyed, you took us to a different level. Please give us association again and again. I have a related question. One is that is, I was just trying to contrast Bharat Maharaj on one side and Dhruva and Prahlad Maharaj on the other. So Dhruva and Prahlad Maharaj had very little association. In spite of that, nothing happened to them, their consciousness. But Bharat Maharaj left the association and the same affected him. So what is it? Because of the simplicity which you had, the faith strong, because of the young age, their faith was unflinching. Was it, or on the other side, Bharat Maharaj was aged, so accordingly he was already seen much of the life. Yet, I mean, as you grow older, you generally become more complex. The simplicities of the childhood disappears, and the simplicity carries with it unflinching faith, that is a one-pointed determination. So Krishna loves simplicity, Arjavam. So how do I contrast these two? How do I explain these two? Is it due to this, or of course, it seems that the Bharat Maharaj faith was not very stable at that time. He took sannyas. So how do I see, Mataji?
Bharat Maharaj was at the level of bhava. The very, very good question, Partha Prabhu. Thank you very much for your kind words and nice question. And you have given one of the points as the answer, but I have two more points to share as answer to your question. You said, is it the simplicity? Krishna loves simplicity. Is his God complicated? Yes. For this, why it is also one of the answers is because when it comes to Kumaras, the four Kumaras, they are forever 5 years. 4 to 5 year old, and they don't wear any robe. And for them, the air only is the robe. And they will walk around Vaikuntha also like that. And when asked why you don't want to grow old, because while growing old, we become more complex, like how Partha Prabhu told. When we grow old, then all the other desires will come and desire for sex life. I don't want. I want to remain child who is free from all that. Means the body itself is free from all the other contaminations. And like this, we want to be devotees. They're representatives of jnana. They're also incarnation of Krishna, partially or whatever. They're incarnations for knowledge. They are the emblem. They're the incarnation for knowledge. But they became devotees after taking darshan of Vishnu and smelling. They were so curious about Vishnu that they're going and looking at small children. They're crawling and seeing how beautiful is Vishnu's feet. And when they're seeing the feet in there's tulsi leaves, its smell is coming to their nose. They're going and smelling the feet of the Lord. And by smelling, maybe one is telling to the other, see the smell, and every child is smelling. Sanaka, Sanatana, Sananda, Sanat Kumara. They're smelling the lotus feet tulsi of Vishnu. And then what is happening? Then they're, Bhakti wants to show your face. Somebody is asking, how is Bhakti? How is Bhakti? So thank you so much. Yes, so, oh yeah, thank you. So Bhakti is brought medicine for me. All right. Very hot. Just a minute, sorry. It's not finishing also. She's got me hot milk and saying medicine. She's so caring. Okay. So what I was telling you was, oh Krishna, what is the question that I was dealing with? The question was about Bharat Maharaj and simplicity. Yeah. So how the Sanaka, Sanatana, Sananda, Sanat Kumaras, small baby form boys, they went to see Vishnu. Huh? They went to see Vishnu and they got angry and they cursed first the Jai Vijayas, and Vishnu came running to see them and he consoled them and spoke nice words to them, and they felt guilty. Maybe we did something wrong by cursing. And with all the guilt, they took darshan of the Lord, they smelled the tulsi, they became pure devotees. Now, why did they stay as small? Because they wanted to stay simple, as Partha Prabhu said, because they didn't want to have a grown-up body which will have different emotions. They did not want, and they wanted to dedicate their life for self-realization and their onwards devotional service or whatever, So that is one point. But the main point is some other 2 points are there. Actually, the question was that how Bharat Maharaj, actually deviated. Bharat Maharaj didn't have much association in the forest. Dhruva Maharaj didn't have much association. Just his mother was the association. And that too, after he left her, went to forest, then nobody else. And then Prahlad Maharaj, he was amidst the Asuras, means zero association. So then, without association, it is told that we fall down. Then Prahlad will never fall down. And Dhruva Maharaj became a devotee. And but Bharat Maharaj, how did he fall down? He had come to Bhava stage, and how did he fall down? He was beyond the body level in sannyas ashram kind, when he's leaving everything and going. It's beyond on a bodily platform. He was in a devotee platform. Then how did he fall down? It's a very good question. The answer is that association. Now, it's all about association, as you rightly said. That none of them had association. One fell down, the other two didn't fall down. Now, the point is that association means what? Association means hearing Krishna Katha. So is it just hearing Krishna Katha? Or it's more? It's more than just hearing. Hearing should lead to what? Should lead to Manmana Bhava Madbhakto Madhyaji Mam Namaskuru. Manmana, hearing should lead to Manmana. It should lead to always thinking of what we heard, always thinking of Krishna. Hearing should lead to always thinking of Krishna. So, always thinking of Krishna, we are always association of Krishna. That's why Prahlad Maharaj was always chanting the holy names, always chanting, always remembering the holy names. He never stopped it. So he never left the association of holy names. Having association of devotee or having association of Krishna is one and the same, because devotees talk about Krishna. So with devotees, if it is not association, if they don't talk about Krishna, only with devotees it is called association only if they are talking about Krishna and we are hearing with Krishna. But if you are directly chanting holy name and remembering Krishna Katha all the time, means whatever little association we got, if we are all the time keeping it that Krishna's Katha in mind and always relishing that my Krishna and his name I want to keep it, and all the time remembering. Bhakti, Prahlad Maharaj is representing Shravanam, Kirtanam, Smaranam in that word, Smaranam personality. You know? For Shravanam, it is Parikshit Maharaj. For Kirtanam, it is Shukadev Goswami. And Smaranam, it is Prahlad Maharaj, as far as I remember. And Partha Prabhu will know. You can answer at the end. So Smaranam, see, as long as, what is association? Association means hearing Krishna Katha. And what is association? Association means all the time being in touch with Krishna. Touch with Krishna means how? Krishna says, how? How to come to you? Be in touch with me. How? Manmana bhava madbhakto. Always think of me. And Prahlad Maharaj is the personality who is the top personality, the most ideal. We say, who is the most ideal Shravana personality? That is Parikshit Maharaj. Because 7 days, 7 nights, without food, water, sleep, he continuously heard Krishna Katha. That's why for Shravanam, he is the personality. Classic model to follow, role model to follow. For Shravanam is Parikshit Maharaj. Who is a role model to follow for Kirtanam? That is his teacher, Shukadev Goswami. 7 days and 7 nights. If he heard, whom did he hear? He heard Shukadev Goswami. He spoke Bhagvatam without food, water, and sleep. Without food, water, and sleep, Parikshit Maharaj heard Krishna Katha. So for Shravanam is role model, and for Kirtanam, Shukadev Goswami is role model. For Shravanam, for Kirtanam, Shukadev Goswami, because he went on speaking Krishna Katha. And for non-stop remembering who is role model, it is Prahlad Maharaj. So Prahlad Maharaj is non-stop remembering the holy name of Krishna. That means he's non-stop in association. How then we can fall down? So if we may be, see, we need physical association. Why? Because we are so grossly contaminated. We need physical association. Then in association of devotees, when we come together and sing, Yatra Tishtami Madbhakta, Yatra Gayati Nar, something is there, you know. I don't stay. Huh? What? Yatra Tishtanti Madbhakta, Tatra, Gayati, what, something is there. I forgot that verse. So where the jnanis are there, Naham Tishtami Vaikunte, something like that. I am not in Vaikunta. I am not in the heart of the yogis, but I am in the place where my devotees speak on Zoom and Facebook Krishna Katha about me, you know. So Krishna will always be there in the place where Krishna's topics are being spoken. So where he's been spoken, he is there. So taking association means to keep hearing Krishna Katha. But if that is not possible, then keep remembering it. All the time keep remembering it. That's one thing. And all the time keep chanting the holy names. That's another thing. So if we can do these two things, who said we are not in association? We are always in association. All the time we can hear Krishna Katha, or sometime we can hear Krishna Katha, and sometime we can read Krishna Katha. Then we are association of Bhagvatam when we are reading. Or if we are remembering Krishna Katha, we are taking association of Krishna in Manmana level, you know, Manmana. And as a Bhakta, we are taking association of Krishna Katha. So when Prahlad Maharaj was in that level of association, he could not fall down. So he was in association very much, because whatever he learned in the mother's womb, through Narada Muni, in Mother Kayadu's womb, when there was a war between the Devatas and Kayadu's husband Hiranyakashipu. And when Hiranyakashipu was defeated and Kayadu was on, this Indra's team went and captured Hiranyakashipu's wife, pregnant wife, thinking that, oh, she's pregnant, then one Asura will be born. So before he is born, let us kill him. In the womb of Mother Kayadu, he's thinking of killing. Then Narada Muni came running. He said, hey, wait, you are not killing Asura, you will be killing a devotee. First class devotee is going to take birth. Don't do that. I will take her. Then he still didn't trust. Narada Muni say, he took Kayadu personally and he made her sit in his ashram. It's told man and woman are like butter and fire. There should not be intimate talks and intimate relation between man and a woman. But Narada Muni, he took this pregnant wife of this Asura and he kept her in his ashram. He and she, and the baby in the womb of the mother. But for him, it's not Prabhupada writes in the purport. For him, that was not applicable because it was transcendental to bodily platform. Narada Muni, he's not in the butterfly level in material body. No, he's a spiritual body. So what he did, keeping her there, is he went on speaking nice Krishna Katha, knowing that devotee Prahlad is sitting and hearing. So Prahlad took full association of Narada Muni in the mother's womb. After taking full association, he is only remembering that so much. So much he is remembering all the teachings of Narada Muni, his spiritual master, that when he wanted to open his mouth and speak in his childhood to the playmates, he only spoke Krishna Katha. So who said he was not in association? He was giving classes of Krishna that he will be learning in future. He was giving Krishna Katha classes to Asura kids. So he was so much, he was not the student, he was the teacher of Bhagavatam there in the Asura class. So he was always in association of Bhagavatam. Which Bhagavatam? The Bhagavatam that he learned from his spiritual master when he was in baby in mother's womb. Means from that time till he grew to the speaking point, he was only remembering that, and he was remembering Krishna's holy name. So like this, when he took association and when he was giving all Krishna Katha classes, and he made all Asuras also to chant holy names. He made all Asura kids to chant holy names. So this much powerful association of Gauranga's role he is playing there. Lord Gauranga made people chant holy name, and here little Prahlad made his classmates chant holy name, and that made the teacher Sanda Amarka go mad, and the complaint went to the father. That is why the more troubles came in his life. So he was
Tishtami Vaikunte.
Naham Tishtami Vaikunte.
Yoginam Hridayeshuva.
Yoginam Hridayeshuva.
Tatra Tishtami Narada.
Tatra Tishtami Narada. Yat Gayanti Madbhakta. Oh, very good. Thank you, Bhakti. So
I am not in Vaikunta.
I am not in Vaikunta.
Nor in the hearts of the yogis.
Nor in the hearts of the yogis.
I remain where?
I remain where?
My devotees engage in glorifying my activities.
My devotees engage in glorifying my activities.
It is to be understood that the Supreme Personality of Godhead.
It is to be understood that the Supreme Personality of Godhead
does not leave the company of his devotees.
Does not leave the company of his devotees.
So Lord is saying, I remain where my devotees engage in glorifying my activities.
So I remain, Lord is saying, I remain where the devotees engage in glorifying in my activities. So Lord is giving association to such devotees where they are helplessly away from association and they are hankering for association. Prahlad Maharaj always hankered for devotee association. Means he was hankering for Narada Muni's association. Dhruva Maharaj begged for devotee association. And so when they are always hankering for association, see, as long as we are hankering for association, that means we are in association. Means we are thinking of devotees, we are thinking of Krishna, we are in association. When we are thinking of Krishna, we are in association. When we are hankering for association, we are in association. But when it comes to our dear Bharat Maharaj, he started hankering for association of the little deer. He had come to the level of bhava, but slowly, even during meditation, he's acting like meditating. He wants that when I'm meditating, that little deer will come and disturb me. So he wanted the deer to come and disturb him. Means he voluntarily chose to associate with the deer. That is why, to show to us that they made him fall down to deer platform. See, Ajamila also took association of a prostitute and he forgot Krishna. But simply for calling Narayana, he was taken back to Godhead. He could have been given a lady body and there she would have suffered and then she could have been a bhakta and then she could have gone. No, means Bharat Maharaj also, that excuse could have been there. But
his particular Leela is for us to teach a lesson. The point is to give us a lesson that he has to be choosing to associate with Krishna. Now, Dhruva Maharaj is hankering for association. He always remembered the instruction of Lord and rule the world. Always. And there was so much guilt that why did I ask for a big kingdom? I should have only desired for lotus feet of Krishna. What I asked when I had diamond like Vishnu with me, I asked for broken pieces of glass. That regret was there. And he always was remembering that I wish I could be serving Krishna. But Krishna told me to do this. So I'm doing. That was there. And Prahlad Maharaj always that eagerness was there to associate with his spiritual master Narada Muni. Always it was there. And in remembrance of him, he was sharing what Narada Muni shared with Asura kids. So he was always in association. Dhruva Maharaj was always in association. But our Bharat Maharaj, for the purpose of Leela, like for the purpose of Arjuna, he got bewildered and he had to, Arjuna got bewildered and he had to, he had to ask questions like foolish people of Kali Yuga. He had to ask questions. Being ignorant of the soul concept, he had to ask questions, and Krishna had to teach right from the scratch. That was a Leela. Arjuna was not like the same way. I understand that Bharat Maharaj's case was for the purpose of Leela to teach us that you will go to the place where you choose to associate. So, 8th chapter of Bhagavad Gita is all about that. That at the time of death, whatever yam yam vapi smaran bhavam tejatante kalavaram. Is at the time of death, whatever you associate with mentally in the form of thoughts, whatever thoughts you entertain is the association that you are taking, that is where you go. So here, Jada Bharat, Bharat Maharaj was supposed to be choosing to just save the deer and leave it, and he had to focus on his dear Lord. Instead of focusing on dear Lord, he focused on the little deer. And even during meditation, he chose to keep Krishna away and focus on the deer. He chose to associate with the deer. But these two dear children of Krishna, they chose to meditate on getting the association of devotees. So their heart was always in getting devotee association. So therefore, that makes a lot of difference. Therefore, their destinies were different, destinations were different, and but still, like how Ajamila had his, his mercy for being a good person in the beginning and for chanting Narana Narana at the end, his own child's name he was calling. So he got his discount like that. Though he got a dear body, just to teach us a lesson, though he chose to be the victim just out of his mercy, but in dear body, Krishna was merciful to him and he gave him the memory about what mistake he did, and he chose to eat only dry leaves, and he chose to stay in the place where devotees were discussing Krishna Katha, and he was also hearing. He took full association and he got the next body. That at least in that way he could have gone back to Godhead. That also they didn't do. They made him get again. Ajavila, just for chanting Narana's name, he went back to Godhead. But this one, though as a deer, he is only choosing to take. Gajendra, in his Gajendra body, he got just for giving one flower in pain, he got direct, he got back to his position, Vaikunt Loka, wherever. But this poor Bharata Maharaj, he became a deer, and even as a deer, he did all austerity to do devotional service. Still, he didn't go back to Godhead. He came again as Jada Bharat. He came again as Jada Bharat, and he set a real good example for all of us about how we should be so attached to Krishna, and we should not even be discovered by others, so that we can be remaining distantly mentally from those who are not deserving our association. But at the same time, if there is someone deserving like King Rahugana, then to such people, Jada Bharata revealed himself and gave them mercy. Means he taught us to whom to give mercy and to whom to stay away. It's a nice, from my understanding, like how a Madhyamadikari should behave. So like that, he showed us, means with whom he should be away, he stayed away by remaining undiscovered, like a fool he remained. And with whom he chose to show himself, like King Rahugana, he got to know that he is not an ordinary soul, and he learned. And then he went back to Godhead. So I don't know actually why third life was required. But I understand whatever happened, it was to teach us lessons. And the lesson that I see is that even as Jada Bharata, he taught us, how we should be very determined to be Krishna conscious. How we have to reject the reject worthy and accept only what is favorable to Krishna conscious. I see that to set example for us, he has come, just like Krishna keeps coming again and again in different avatars. So this devotee also came 3 lives to teach us different aspects, like what will happen if you do this, what will happen if you do this, what will happen if you do this. And to teach us lessons, he chose to fall down by choosing to associate with the deer than to associate with the form of the Lord in his mind. So this is what I understand, dear Partha Prabhu. I hope it helps. You have anything to say? It's a
Yes,
lot of time.
yes, Mataji, thank you. Yes, yes. Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Anybody has any question or comment? You can do so. Otherwise, we can end the call because the time is going to be 7 o'clock. It's going to be 2 hours. So please tell me, my dear friends in the US, you have any other question or comment, or we can end. Anybody from Facebook has question, you can type your questions. Otherwise, we are going to end the call for